How many times in life have you been told you can't? Today's guest overcame incredible odds and proves that I can is possible for anyone.
Walking out of the shadow, stepping into the light. I've been down some bad roads, now I'm living it right.
Welcome, Eric and Katelyn Pavey of the movie I Can. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Where else would I rather be than a television show that gets to blow things up?
Right? I know, right? Blow things up for Jesus even. Yeah. I just loved the movie so much, Katelyn, and your transparency. And I think that all of us have something that makes us feel different, but not all of our things are physically seen by everyone else. So can you tell us a little bit about your arm?
Yeah, so doctors call it phocomelia, which just basically means my left arm didn't fully develop in the womb. It kind of cuts off where my elbow would be, so I don't have an elbow joint, and it left me with a small hand and 2 digits.
I see. Wow. So for you, Eric, can you share why her birth was unique outside of her only being born with one fully developed arm?
Sure, absolutely. So my wife and I were previously married. I was married to an individual, and she was married to a military individual. And she came into my restaurant, and we ended up having an affair together. And through our affair, Katelyn was born.
So Katelyn, your sport of choice, why softball?
Well, my dad introduced me to the game of softball when I was very, very young. I started playing at the age of 3. Softball, if you don't know, is a game of failure. And in life, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
And you're going to fail often. And I liked how softball gave me that failure because I was used to it. And I liked overcoming that failure and adapting to become successful. And that's just the sport that I felt most confident at. I could express who I was and just love playing it.
That's awesome. At what age, Eric, did you notice she has a talent for this? Like, she's really good at this.
Right. Coming from a sports family, at 9 months of age, we took her out of the bathtub, and I laid her on the ground. I had a squishy ball, and I was holding her on top of it. And I dropped it, and she caught it. And I was like, okay, let's try that again.
Wow.
So I did it again, and she caught it again. And as soon as we could sit her up, I ran out to Walmart, and I bought a Velcro glove, and I shoved it on her, and I started throwing the ball at her as soon as she could sit up. So, you know, that's where it kind of started. I said, if a kid 9 months old can catch a ball, I'm going to teach her how to play ball somehow.
That's amazing. Don't you wish you would have caught that moment on video, right? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So Katelyn, did you ever battle like internal self-doubt or bullying from other, kids?
You know, it wasn't really self-doubt. I was always told that I could do all things. I can do it if I set my mind to it. It really came from opposing people, opposing fans, more adults than kids. You know, kids will stare, look at my arm, and ask questions because they're curious.
Yeah.
But the adults were the ones that were self-doubting me. And like one instance, I had a coach when I was 10 years old playing travel ball, asked me to come to her house and said that I was causing drama because parents were confused why I was playing over their daughter with one arm, and she asked me to leave her team. So things like that, and there was always like even college coaches, you're really good, but I don't know how to coach a girl with one arm.
Wow.
Or I don't know how my players will react to a girl with one arm. So having all those people doubt me, fueled my fire. It made me want to get better and prove that I deserved to be out there and I could play.
Wow. Was that ever frustrating for you, Eric? As the coach, like you're working so hard to build up this I can, slogan, and then hearing the doubt coming from other grown-ups and other people.
Yeah, it was fuel to my fire as well because again, growing up in a sports family, even in the movie, you'll see a scene where we're throwing the ball at Katelyn. That actually happened because she was scared of the ball. So I always used to tell her, and she's been a great student in the game, you've got to work harder than anybody else. You've got to put more effort in than anybody else. And her testament, even just this last year when she graduated college at age 24, she went out there and we would hit fly balls and throw for 3 hours. Wow. I don't know too many 24-year-olds that still want to go out there and play catch with their dad and hit balls and work on the craft that they were given. And that's just a testament to her wanting to get better and just to be better.
That's awesome. So tell me, Katelyn, about your goal board. I know in the movie, it starts out showing this goal board. And was that your idea? And how did that play a key part in your story?
Yeah, so it was my idea, and a little bit of my dad helped me. So when I was 10 years old, playing travel ball. Finally got to the level where I was competing, and I found myself really good, and I thought I wanted to further the sport. I told my dad I'm going to play college softball. That was my goal.
Wow.
And so
that's when I kind of sat her down and I said, okay, well, if you want to play college ball, here's what you're going to have to do. And we're going to have to play travel ball. We're going to have to go to tournaments in the summers. You're going to miss
birthday parties. You're going to sacrifice things to get to that point. Wow. My goal board, number one, I've never hit a home run. And so my goal was to hit a home run. I wanted to play in college, so I wanted to get a scholarship to play in college.
Yeah.
I wanted to be an all-conference player. I wanted to do all these things before I graduated high school.
Yeah. So did you hit a home run?
So my senior year of high school, I hit my very first home run.
Wow.
I was all-conference. I was MVP of my conference. I was first team all-state. I was the first female or male out of my entire high school in any sport to be an all-state player. I was the first limb different athlete to play in the North versus South All-Star game.
Yeah.
And I signed a full ride scholarship to play softball.
All right, guys, today we're talking about Eric and Katelyn Pavey, a father and daughter team. She was on, and they were both on, season 12, episode 112 of Everyone Has a Voice. And this is where she was born without an arm.
Right.
Her dad calls it her chicken wing. I feel bad about saying that, but she laughs about it, and that's what they say. And she has actually turned out to be an All-American softball player. One arm, can you imagine that? Wow. Insane. So her story, her dad, she was born out of an affair. And so for years her dad lived in the guilt, thinking it was all because of him that she was born with one arm. And what happened to her was, I think my timeline might be wrong, but she was getting close to being drafted by playing college ball. And she was running, she hit the ball and she run to first base. And either slid or fell and messed up her knee. So I thought maybe that was her turning point, because she went through a lot of anger and frustration. I can't imagine going through that. You're getting ready to go to college, your future's ahead of you, and then that happens. I thought maybe if we reenact her running to first base, actually crosses the bag successfully this time, we explode the bag. And another one could be, any ideas?
So Katelyn's got this viral video that she was on a newscast and she's juggling this bat. And I don't know how she does it. I couldn't do it with 8 arms. She does it with 1. But she takes a ball and she hits it, and maybe we can, I don't know, blow the ball up or something, or shoot a ball, or I don't know. Yes.
Might take some cup of tape.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Now to do that, what do you think we should use?
Probably semi-automatic shotgun, yeah.
Yeah. 12 gauge semi-automatic. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If all 3 of us have semi-automatic, maybe we'll hit it.
Maybe
We
one
should
of
hit
us.
it.
Maybe
Yeah.
one of us will hit it.
Yeah, maybe so. Okay, so that's 2, and then let's do something for Eric.
He's got a lot of baggage, I heard. Yeah. So what if we filled up luggage or a big old duffel bag, and we just blow that thing up?
Sounds good to me. So we got softball, juggling, and bat.
I just love the fact that there are so many people that complain, and our pastor always says, complainers are not obtainers. And so I have never once, since you've been here with me today or in the movie, heard you complain. So what would you say to someone that has all of their limbs, has nothing holding them back, but they have that theme running in their head, like, I can't.
In the movie, it's a main theme. It's God doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah.
My grandma told my dad and my parents, when I was born, just seeing me with 1 arm, God didn't make a mistake in that. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. You can do all things through Christ. And that's like one thing that I held on to, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ. And I know that I can trust in Him, that He has a plan for me and a plan for my life.
Eric, our stories are a little bit similar, in that I have also had an affair and walked through that season of sin. When you first saw Katelyn, did it trigger guilt in you? Did you feel like, is God doing this because of my affair? Can you speak to that just a little bit?
Yeah, at first, the ultrasounds leading up to her birth never showed any birth defect whatsoever. So when she came out, the nurse came and said, I'd like to prepare you for what you're about to see. And I looked down and she has 1 arm. It never really registered to me until a little bit later.
Yeah.
And then I started questioning God. Like, is my affair the reason for my daughter looking like this? And it started to stir me to start asking questions. and really getting into my faith and saying and questioning God, because I think it's okay to question God.
Yeah.
And we need to be okay to question God. So that's where it kind of started for me. And then as I've led throughout my life, it's just been pillars in my life going forward, like ask questions, God. And then I got to acknowledge that I have that sin and what I've done. And then I have to fear God. And then now where I'm at is just to be salty and try to give back to others that can listen to our story and maybe go through some things that we have both been through.
Yeah.
Can we help them get through it and know that God's been there the whole time we've been.
That's right. Yeah, I always like to remind myself, God isn't surprised. God is all-knowing, so he wasn't surprised by your affair or my affair or how Katelyn was born, and he has a plan no matter where we land. And so I want to say, if you're watching today and you feel like you are too messed up, or you've maybe had an affair like Eric and myself, and you think God can't use you, that is such a lie. And I just love this story, and I love the inspiring feel that it has, that we can overcome anything. Was there a God moment for you where you were like, Katelyn, I think I can really do this. Like, I think I have a special talent, and I can go as far as I want to go.
So my God moment happened my freshman year of college.
Yeah.
And it was a scrimmage game right before my first actual collegiate game.
Uh-huh.
And my coach came up to a few of us and was like, hey, you guys been doing so good in the fall. I think you deserve an at-bat. So it was my turn. I got up there. I hit the ball to the shortstop. She makes a great play. Mm-hmm. Everything I do is 100%. So my goal was to beat that throw out to first base.
Yeah.
So I was running down first base, stepped on top of the bag, and fell. And I heard pop, 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 pop.
Wow.
I ended up tearing my ACL, tore my meniscus, and spraying all the ligaments around my knee. Mm-hmm. And so my freshman season was done, and I never got to play in my first college game. And that was a moment of when I questioned God, why? Like, why did bad things happen to good people? Like, I worked my entire life to get to this point. I overcame all the doubt. I'm here, and then now it's all getting taken away.
Yeah.
And that was a moment that opened my eyes, and I realized that I was so focused on being the softball player. I was so focused on softball, and I thought all of my hard work got me to this point. And really, I was losing sight of God, and God gave me all these talents and all the abilities, and I should be glorifying Him with it. Like, whenever my knee injury happened, I played differently. I played for Him. So every prayer before my game, I said, God, please let whatever I say glorify you, whatever actions I do glorify you. So there's someone in the stands, maybe they're struggling with their faith, or they don't know you, they can see me play, and they can be glorified.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much again for being here. How can people see the movie I Can? Because it is a must-see movie.
Yeah, so we're going to be streaming here soon. So look at your streaming platforms. We're in negotiations for that now. There's going to be a DVD coming out as well during Christmas time. So we'll be able to release the DVD. And then we also have different social media platforms. icanmovie.info is our website, and you can always get updated through that. Or you could follow Katelyn or myself, and we'll be more than happy to reach out to people.
That is awesome. Are you guys ready to head out to the field for your Lit 86 moment to see what the team has ready for you?
Ready to watch some stuff?
Yeah, again, being ex-military, that's one of the reasons I wanted to come out here is, one, Christian television is nothing really to watch on there that's really exciting for me.
Yeah.
Number two is, being ex-military, I want to blow something up.
Right.
So being able to tell my story and help people, and tell her story and help people, and then go blow something up, I'm ready.
You're like, yes, please.
Yeah,
awesome.
Let's go.
If you want to hear more of Eric and Katelyn's story, you can go to Everyone Has a Voice podcast and listen to episode 112. How you guys feeling?
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
It's gonna be awesome. So you guys are very first guests to have a movie made about you.
Oh, wow.
Sweet. So tell me about I Can. How's it doing?
Yeah, it's doing really well. It's the #1 faith-based movie being streamed on Up and Family right now.
Wow, that is amazing. That's amazing. Well, we're about to have some fun. Let me radio Kevin here. Hey, love, we have just passed the Eagles nest.
10-4, come on down. I think Clayman has the gate open for you.
Well, I am not responsible for anything that the guys do in the field or anything that they ask you. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. Katelyn, I'm sorry for anything that they say. Hey guys,
Hey.
here is Eric and Katelyn Pavey from
Eric
the I
and Katelyn.
Can.
How you doing?
Good to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you all.
Yeah,
Nice to
so
meet you guys.
excited.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
So you want to tell them what's going to happen today?
Oh my goodness. So the guys have some amazing stations for you. And what's cool is they have literally taken things from your past and are representing them in the stations. And we are going to literally reprogram negative memories with visual God moments.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So we have 3 stations set up for you today. And hopefully what we'd like you to do is go to each station and step back in your mind and think about those times where you either failed or thought you were going to fail, guilt, shame, any kind of short, what am I trying to say?
Obstacles you overcame.
That's correct. Yes. Thank you, Eric. There's the first one. I overcame that obstacle just now. Yeah, before we get started, though, we'd like to do some safety. Go over safety with you guys. Have you guys ever shot a gun before?
I have.
I know you were in the military.
I was,
right?
yeah.
That's right. That's pretty awesome. So maybe you can teach us how to do some things.
If you see anything we do wrong, let us know.
Maybe I can get a nickname like Sunshine.
Taken. You're too manly for that.
Oh,
So how many years did you serve?
8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
What?
Navy.
Navy. It's pretty awesome. Thank you so much for the service. So let's get started on our safety. What we do, probably for the first station today, we'll go over what we do. We'll be using various weapons probably, but we'll do a safety check and make sure you guys feel comfortable with the weapons we're using, and make sure we all have ear protection and eyes are on, and we'll be ready to go.
Awesome.
Caitlin, have you shot a gun before?
I have.
Awesome.
Now on my left side.
Wouldn't doubt it. Okay, so let's get started on safety check.
So Katelyn, for this first station, we have some softball set up for you, obviously for your college and high school career.
Okay.
We have some kids' Velcro shoes. I know from the podcast that represented an I can't moment for you. So could you just share with us what that meant for you?
Yeah. So the first time I really noticed I was different, had one arm, my kindergarten teacher sent home a note to my parents saying I was tired of bending over tying Katelyn's shoes every day. I have so many other kids to worry about. You either buy Katelyn Velcro shoes or you teach her how to tie her own shoes.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, I didn't want to be different, so I wanted to tie my own shoes. And
Man. Wow. I've got a question for you. Just curious. So like, I've had a lot of different jobs. Like I used to do parking lots, pave parking lots, stripe them, and every time I go by them now, I look at them. I say, oh, that's been done. My curiosity to you, my question to you is, when you see Velcro, does it take you back to that kindergarten year, or does it remind you of like, oh man, does it take you back?
it reminds me of all the people who's always treating me different or seeing me
Really?
as having
Just by
more-
seeing the Velcro?
Right.
We're going to
That's
visually
pretty cool.
86 that one.
Hot on the range.
All right, Katelyn, with your last station today, and what this is going to represent is when you're playing ball, something happened when you ran to first base. In the movie, that's why I saw it. I wasn't there with that day, but I saw it in the movie, and you run past first base or getting to first base. And can you explain what happened at that moment?
Yeah. So I was running through first base, and I did kind of like a lunge towards it. My left foot landed on the bag, my body went forward, and I heard pop, 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 and it landed to the ground. Well, I ended up tearing my ACL, my meniscus, and spraying all the ligaments around my knee. So softball was done. Yeah. And this was like the first time I questioned God why. And I asked him, why do bad things happen to good people?
Right? Yeah, I get that. Now, I've been curious. You said a pop, 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 and then you hit the ground. What went through your head in that moment? Like, were you like, oh no, I've done messed up now? Or like, this is just when did you like really hit you? Were like, oh my goodness, this is really
Well,
Scholarship, everything, right?
yeah, so I immediately knew I did something wrong. And when I stood up, my kneecap was pointed a little outwards. So got that back in, and I told my coach, I was like, man, that was an awful hit. Can I have a redo?
Oh no.
And he said, well, if you can walk from here to home, you can. And I took one step, and I fell to the ground again.
That was-
And it wasn't until the doctor told me, like, yeah, you're done. It's going to be a 9-month recovery.
Oh my goodness. So how did that affect your scholarship and all? How was that? What was that?
So I had to take a redshirt year, so my entire freshman season of college was done.
Just preparing.
Yeah.
So when I remember on the podcast, they said 9 months. How long did it take you?
Yeah, he told me it'd be a 9-month recovery, and I was like, you know what? I'll be back in 5. And he said, no way. I came back in 3.5 months.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Okay, well, that's just fantastic. I'm glad to see you run around a great now. Run around with it great. So, but what we have set up for you today is we're going to have you run through first base.
Okay.
And as you run through, just think about that moment, you know, that happened. But this time we're going to do a little something different to your first base.
Sounds good.
We're going to erase that memory and try to replace it with something like, you know, just
Visually.
Yeah, visually.
Overcoming that
Instead of yeah. I don't think the base is going to overcome this obstacle, so we'll see what happens.
Let's do it.
Victorious. Go.
On the podcast, you mentioned about something about the shame you felt when you go back and look at how you met Katelyn's mom. Can you walk us through that? Or
Yeah, so it wasn't real pretty if you can imagine doing a movie and having your sins put on the screen. So my wife and I were married to 2 different individuals, and through that, we decided, you know, we got together and we had an affair, of course, on our spouses, and from that result is Katelyn.
Right.
And so, you know, I started really questioning God on, you know, from what I did, the sins that I did, is this why she was born with her one arm?
Of course.
Yeah.
Wow. I've been there with you too before. That kind of guilt and shame, it weighs on you heavily.
Right.
Kevin, this ain't about you, man. Come on. Let's go blow some stuff up.
Come on.
80s, 60s negative memories for these guys, all right?
Yeah, well, all kidding aside, though, Eric, did you have any kind of scripture or anything that you would weigh on to help you out?
I had several, but I even had one like tattooed on my arm. It's Matthew 10:28. Do not be afraid of those who can kill the body but not the soul, but be afraid of him who can kill both the body and the soul.
Right.
So then as I started getting scripture, what I really meant to me was just, I don't fear God like he's going to hurt me, but I fear God because of the reverence of who he is. And once I started leaning into that a little bit more, I just made sure that that's who I am. I'm a child of God, and I need to just lean into that even more so I can, you know, be reverent of him.
That changes everything.
Yeah.
Katelyn, has anybody asked you, I mean, what did you go through? Like with your dad going through all this stuff, like the shame and stuff, you were probably too young, but as you got older and you recognized or learned of what happened, how you came back, was it like what did it do to you? Like,
Well,
Yeah.
It was a funny story though. They didn't know.
I didn't know until the movie.
oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
Yeah.
they try to, you know, hide it a little bit because they were like, didn't want to tell us because they didn't know how we would react. And so
Yeah, we
when
felt
our
like it wasn't
feelings-
important.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't important, and they were already grown.
Right.
And then so when we were asked to do the movie, and we turned down the movie 3 times, and then finally we said yes, we said, well, if we're going to do the movie, we need to make sure that they know the whole story before the world knows the whole story.
Oh, my goodness.
So then we had to sit them down, all of our kids, and tell them the story.
Oh, how was that? I mean, was your heart just a pumping?
Just a little bit. I mean, you know, you could imagine that, you know, I think you were, how old were you at the time? 20,
No, 19, 20.
19, 20?
Oh,
Yeah.
stars.
So then you're sitting all your kids down, explaining your sins and all your skeletons in your closet from years back.
So I can't imagine. So like all these years, 19 years.
Right.
So you and your wife,
Mhm.
were you always just kind of like, should we tell her? When should we tell her? Or were you just like,
We just kind of left it alone. I
Did it
mean,
just kinda
nobody,
like- did it escape your
nobody
mind?
really, nobody really knew. It's kind of like one of those unspoken things that, you know, nobody ever brought up. None of our family members ever brought it up because she was born to me and my wife, and we're still together.
Yeah.
So it was never a question of like, well, you know, you all had an affair with 2 other people. You know, you were, that you know, are married to 2 other people.
Right.
That was never came up in the situation. So it was like we didn't ever have to say anything.
And I always wondered why I was born with one arm, and the reason why God made me with one arm. And it wasn't until after the movie, until I got into college playing softball, you know, I was in scripture, John chapter 9, where Jesus and his disciples came across a man born blind. And they asked Jesus, was this man born blind because of his sins or his parents' sins? And he said neither. He was born this way so that the work of God can be displayed through his life. And that's how I feel like I was made with one arm, so that I can display who God was on the softball field. And that was my platform.
that's a great way to turn it. If you didn't like beat yourself or like, woe is me.
Right.
And like, I'm entitled to everything. That's look what happened to me. You took that, what God gave you, you made it great.
Yeah.
Now the movie inspires other people, and wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we still get texts and videos and calls from people all the time about how the movie has inspired them. And for us, it's it's just great seeing how God can work. And when God opens up that door, it just gives us a chance to, you know, witness to them or just be a light to them. And I think that we just need a little bit more of that.
And that was the whole goal, was to help others find and follow Jesus. So if we could do that, if we could help one person, would it be worth it?
So when we were asked to do the movie, my wife and I turned it down 3 times. And then finally the pastor was like, well, if you can help one person find and follow Jesus, would you do it? And of course, yes. I mean, I want somebody in heaven with me. So then we had to convince Katelyn and our kids, and we posed the same question to her, and she said, yes, absolutely. And then so we would always pray on set, and we'd be on set doing the movie. Wow. And when the movie is done, the actress that actually played my daughter in the movie, she was kind of a believer, but then she actually got baptized right after the movie.
Amen.
So just an actress for the movie. Yeah. That's your one from doing the movie. I mean, now we've saved one person. We didn't have to, you know, we didn't even put it on screen yet.
So that's what we're trying to do here. We're hoping that the story you walk through, the pains you walk through, and the victory, that hopefully could change somebody out there that's going through the same thing, that they'll get the confidence to do what they need to do, or you turn to God and make everything right and just forgive themselves first. So we're about to go to another station.
Okay.
And in that station is some baggage like you were carrying.
Luggage, yeah.
Luggage, okay? And we're gonna obliterate that. What I want that to represent, I'm just curious, we're just going on a hunch. So when you told the children, Katelyn and everybody, about where they came from before the movie I Can, was it like a, whew, I get it, it's done? Or was it just kind of like you know, how did you feel after you told?
Yeah, I mean, personally, you can just imagine a little bit of the weight was lifted off, right? I've already got right with God, so that's really all I need to get right with.
Right.
But then getting right with my children as well did take a little bit more of the weight off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just kind of a relief factor kind of thing.
Yeah, just truth will set you free, right?
That's right. Truth
Well, that's what we're going to do up here too as well. It's not going to be quite a conversation, but it's going to be a visual.
Yeah.
We want to replace that negative moment, if we can, and then we're just going to just blow it up for you and just see what happens.
Yeah,
Let's go blow some things up, huh?
Let's do it.
I was the devil's son. I saw the flames grow higher. Wasn't able to run. Walking out of the shadow, stepping into the light. I've been down some bad roads. Now I'm living it right. Walking out of the shadow, ain't gonna go back. Walking out of the shadow.
Katelyn and Eric, I hope you guys had so much fun today.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Thank you.
We had a blast.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for being here with us. Join us next week for more inspirational Lit 86 moments.
And do me a favor, go buy some merch.
Word.